Hey, in this video I'll show you how to draw the skull with the rose from these decorations for Halloween. Right, first you need to prepare a nail that has a white color on it with a matte top coat because you'll find it very easy with the matte to draw with a pencil on it. You take a pencil which is HB, not a soft one. That will be easy for you to work with, or you can use one of those fine ones, the automatic ones. And first you need to separate the nail in two halves. On top half we have the rose, and bottom half we're gonna do the skull. You position the eyes and the nose. Nose goes in the middle, not too low, right? And then you leave some space for the teeth, right? The upper chin, yes, that's it. Just roughly. You don't need it to be that visible because I'll show you what we're gonna do next. Then the rose, roughly, I'll sketch some leaves, like petals, sorry. Yeah, you know, from the middle you start with small ones, folded ones, and then you go bigger, and that's how they spread. Try not to do them on top of the eyes. Leave some space for the eyebrows of the skull. Right, and now what we need, I use a first gel contour ink. You can find it in their website, but it's very hard to find it, to be honest, because you have to follow the page all the time because it's limited, very limited. And but you can use like the regular ink for drawing, for art. You can find it any online or in an art shop. It's very easy. So with a thin brush and the ink, it's very runny, you have to be very careful with it. You want a little bit on your brush, and then gently you outline where you sketch the eyes to be. Yeah, you see, try to be careful with it. Take as much time as you need, because I'll tell you guys, it's very hard to delete it once you done something wrong. It gets a bit messy. Even if you have it on your fingers, you find it hard to wash it out. So you have to be very careful and slow. As I said, take your time. Don't rush it. It has a really good coverage if you're using that one. I really love it. I'm so addicted to it. And don't worry if it's too thick, because on top we're gonna cover it with gel polish, and you find that it actually gives it a really good effect. Right, so we're gonna do upper chin. Yeah, yeah, chin, and yeah, and the teeth, just roughly, so you know where to paint later. And now, as you can see on the skull, you have very dark, very dark places, which is like the shadows, where the shadows goes. So you wanted to paint it now with the ink, because it's very easy. As I said, it has a really good coverage. You can do the rose now. I bet with the practice you'll find it very easy to work with it. And it actually saves you a lot of time. Now you do the petals, as I said, first the small ones, the folded ones in the middle, and then you go bigger as you go from outside ones, yeah. Don't worry if it's too thick where the rose is. Just use a little bit of ink, not too much. It's very runny. You see that one was a bit thicker than I thought. Just use your imagination for the rose, really. Yep. And a bit on the outside. Yeah, one that falls a bit down on the forehead of the skull. And then right side a bigger one. And then on the left you need a few bigger ones as well. That's it. You can stop if you want to have a look at what you've done and how you see things. If you want to do the leaves different, the petals a different way, no problem at all. Just stop and have a look. And now, as I mentioned before, we do where the shadow falls, the deepest one, with the ink now, just roughly, and later we're gonna blend it with the black nail polish here on the nose as well. And under the skull, a few drops we want to add and shadows. Just be careful not to get on the skull. Go around it. That's it. Don't worry about the ink. It dries very quickly, extremely quickly, I would say. Yeah, just here and there. Use your imagination. That's it. As you can see, it makes him stand out more. A little bit there. Yeah. So this is ready for the next step. As I said, it dries very quickly. It's already dried actually. And now we're gonna use some colors. For the rose, you're gonna need classic red, black. My black is not too thick and the coverage is not really good, which is very useful. Now if your black has more pigment in it, use a bit of top coat, clear top coat, just to make it more transparent. And so I'm gonna need a classic red for the rose and the neon color because you will see how it makes the red stand out more. It just pops. Now, without worrying about the outlines we did, we're gonna cover the whole rose with the red color. And as you can see, even my red is very, very good with coverage. You can see that it's still visible, the line underneath. Yeah, that's what we need. Exactly what we need. It's not that sharp anymore. It's just perfect. And now we take this now 30 seconds in the lamp to cure the red color. Yep, that's it. And after 30 seconds, we're gonna use the black and put it the bottom of every petal where it touches the other petal. The bottom, put a bit more, and in a minute we're gonna spread it. We're gonna make it blend with the red color. You can always use a transparent top coat, like a clear or matte, whatever it's easy for you to work with. The matte top coat is a bit more runny, but it's even perfect, to be honest, because it really makes the two colors blend. Just put a little bit more, and that's it. And as I said, with the top coat you can use, yeah, I'm drying my brush now, or use a red color, whatever it's easy for you. You can now blend them. Yeah. Nice and easy. You see, it's very easy to blend because my black is not that strong. The pigment is not too much in it. And now it gives it more shadow, as you can see. Makes it the rose more real. We get in there. Be careful. Nice and easy with the thin brush. If you're afraid that's too runny, you can always like do petal by petal, or you can do 2 petals, then cure it in the lamp, and then 2 more, and that's it. Whatever's easy for you. Just take your time, because I know this decoration is not easy one, and the first time you do it, you might find it very hard to do. So take your time. You can practice on a tip and then on a client. Right, that's it. Now I'm going to cure it in the lab for 30 seconds. And my favorite part is the neon color, which we put on every petal, top of the petal, right? The outside of the petal, yeah. You see how the rose suddenly pops out? It just gives it more color. It's more vibrant now. That's what you need. We're gonna use the same technique. I put a little bit on the top of every petal, and then I blend it. That's it. You need a little bit anyway. You see, the petals are more real now. I just love it. I'm telling you, I love it so much. So now, once we do this, you know what's next. 30 seconds in the lamp. So make sure you've done every petal. The ones in the middle, they need a tiny little bit. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, a little bit there as well, because you want them really to be seen. That's it. Don't worry if you cover all of them in the middle. That's not very important. Yeah. And we've got a little bit of that color here under the skull. Just a tiny bit. You blend it with a dry brush, roughly, as if it's leaking. That's it. Just a drip. And then a bit with the black color. and there just to give it a sense of shadow. That's it. And now we can cure it in the lamp. 30 seconds. After those 30 seconds, with the black color, you start painting the skull. It's like a coloring book, actually. That's what it reminds me of. So you put some where the eyes are, right? So you want what we did with the ink to blend with the rest of the black color. You fill them in the nose as well, yeah? And now, where the darkest points of the skull are, you do them now, you outline them now. The shadow under the rose, that's a very important one. Yeah, try not to cover all the eyebrow because you want to leave a bit of a white color on it. You blend it a bit, or if it's too much, you can always dry your brush and take off a bit with it. I'm sure with practice you'll find it very easy. And you see that it really doesn't take much time. I just keep working with the black color. You can mix it with top coat just to make it more transparent, easy to work with. Now you do chin. Bit there where the darkest places are. And the nose. You see how it separates the nose now from the rest. And there as well. Actually, you basically follow the black lines we already did with the ink. You just give them more shadow. But the teeth, don't worry, just roughly do some strokes. That's it. Here around the nose. So you separate the eyes, nose, and teeth. Right? Bit there. There more. And basically that's it. That's all you need to do actually. Just have a look at it again. If you find the places that you haven't put enough black color, just add more. If you haven't cured it, you can always take it off with a dry brush. In the middle, yes, because I put too much of the coral one. I really want it to stand out a bit more. And that's it. Now it goes 30 seconds in the lamp. And we're nearly ready, to be honest, yeah? That was very quick. Now you seal it with a top coat. I'm using a shiny one. I love the matte, but this time I'm gonna use the shiny one. As you can see, there's no mess and the ink is dry and sealed. Now I'm gonna use a very thin brush, long one. It's a 0 and a white gel paint that has no sticky layer. It's gonna give it a bit of 3D effect once I do it on top. See the brush? The type of brush I'm gonna use. And the white paint. And what you want to do is dip the brush in the paint, take the excess paint of it, right, and go slowly on top of every black line we've already did the first time with the ink. That's what we're going to do. So we basically repeat the same lines. I always start from the middle top of every petal and go on the sides because the paint gets thinner and thinner. That's it. Now you see what's happening here, right? We're gonna bring that rose to life. You can see every detail on it now. Can't live without the black ink and the white paint. I'm telling you, so easy with it. Makes every picture stand out. That's what you need. We're nearly ready with the rose. Nearly done, yeah? That's it. Same one. Don't get too much paint on your brush. Just thin lines. I'll say it again. If you're not feeling sure about it, just do petal by petal. Don't rush it. Take your time. Now where the eyes are, because you want them to stand out as well. That's what the white paint does. Makes everything stand out. Just the end. That's it. You see? Gives it more edge. Right. Nose. Little line. Just a tiny little one. And there around it. Then as I said, we're gonna basically cover the black lines we already did the first time. Now we're outlining it, the skull. And with the teeth is very easy. That's the easiest part of all. Tap the brush in the paint, yeah. And then just do a few rough strokes for the teeth, see? In a bit. Even you start with a dot and then spread it up. That's all you need. That skull is now ready to rock and roll. I hope you liked it and I hope you found it very easy. See you soon. Bye bye.